What if I told you there is one substance you are probably consuming every single day that is silently destroying your nerves, and that a single vitamin taken daily can block the exact way it causes that damage? The CDC reports that nearly 50% of people with diabetes will develop nerve damage in their feet and hands. But here is the part that most doctors never mention. You do not need a diabetes diagnosis for your nerves to be under attack. Research published in scientific journals shows that nerve damage begins in the pre-diabetes stage, often years before any diagnosis. Most people never connect the tingling in their feet, the numbness in their hands, or the burning at night to what they ate for breakfast. Burning feet, numb toes, electric shooting pains that wake you up at 3 a.m. If you know those symptoms, you are not alone, and this is not inevitable aging. This is a specific identifiable damage process, and it has a specific identifiable solution. In this video, I will show you the worst poison causing nerve damage in seniors and the one vitamin that counteracts it at the source. All studies mentioned are linked in the description. Most people dealing with nerve damage are told to manage the pain. Take medication for the burning. Be careful not to fall. Maybe try physical therapy. That advice is not wrong, but it addresses the smoke, not the fire. Here is what standard care misses. The worst poison destroying senior nerves is not a chemical in the environment. It is not alcohol. It is not even aging. It is chronically elevated blood sugar, and it causes damage long before you would ever be called diabetic. When blood sugar spikes repeatedly, sugar molecules attach to nerve proteins and the tiny blood vessels that feed them. Scientists call the result sugar deposits, AGEs. Think of AGEs as rust forming inside your nerve tissue. Layer by layer, they stiffen vessel walls, cut off oxygen delivery, and trigger inflammation that slowly destroys the protective coating around nerve fibers. The myth is that nerve damage just happens. The reality is that it builds for years, driven by that daily poison, while doctors focus on pain management instead of the root cause. Taking more B vitamins, more magnesium, more supplements. None of it works if the poison is still running. The breakthrough is one specific vitamin that goes directly to the source. And most people have never heard of the exact form that works. The Reveal Plus headline study. The vitamin that directly counteracts blood sugar damage in nerve tissue is benfotiamine, a fat-soluble form of vitamin B1. You may have taken regular B1, called thiamine, before. Standard thiamine dissolves in water and is rapidly cleared from your body. Very little reaches the nerve tissue where it is needed most. Benfotiamine is different. Its fat-soluble structure allows it to pass through cell walls and reach the inside of nerve cells, where the damage actually happens. In the BENDIP trial, a carefully controlled study published in the European Journal of Clinical Pharmacology, 165 patients with nerve damage from diabetes received either 600 milligrams, 300 milligrams, or a placebo daily. After just 6 weeks, patients receiving benfotiamine showed clear, measurable improvement in their symptoms: pain, burning, numbness, all measurably reduced, without any change to diet or other medications. The key finding: benfotiamine does not just relieve nerve damage symptoms. It blocks the 3 pathways that blood sugar uses to cause nerve damage in the first place. That is the critical difference between this vitamin and everything else most seniors are already taking. Stay with me, because the next part explains exactly how those 3 pathways work, how it works, Here is what makes benfotiamine unique and why no other B vitamin does the same job. When benfotiamine enters your cells, it activates a key enzyme called transketolase. Think of transketolase as a traffic controller standing at 3 dangerous intersections. When blood sugar stays too high for too long, harmful waste products pile up at 3 separate points. One route leads to direct cell damage, one creates those sticky AGAG deposits, and one cuts off blood flow to nerve tissue. Left unchecked, each of these routes destroys nerves in a different way. Transketolase redirects that traffic. It diverts the harmful waste before it enters those 3 destructive routes, converting it into harmless byproducts instead. Research published in the journal Nature Medicine confirmed that benfotiamine reduced AGE buildup in nerve tissue and completely protected against nerve damage in diabetes studies. Human studies confirm the same mechanism works. Regular thiamine cannot do this effectively because it cannot build up enough concentration inside nerve cells. Benfotiamine can, because its fat-soluble structure passes through cell walls at a significantly higher rate. This is not symptom management. It is interception, stopping the damage at the source before the rust forms. Here is how to use benfotiamine so your body actually gets what it needs. First, the form matters. Look for benfotiamine on the label, not thiamine, not a standard B complex. This fat-soluble version is the one researchers used in clinical trials showing nerve symptom improvement. For dosage, begin with 150 milligrams each morning. After 2 weeks without issues, step up to 300 milligrams, the amount used in the Bendip trial. Always take it alongside a meal that has some fat in it. Eggs, a handful of nuts, a slice of avocado. Any of those will do. Fat-soluble vitamins need dietary fat to absorb properly. Without it, a significant portion passes through unused. Stick with it daily. This vitamin is not stored in your tissues for long. Even a short break can set your progress back. Finally, pair it with a high-quality B complex that includes at least 1,000 mcg of B12 and 100 milligrams of B6. B12 keeps the insulating layer around nerve fibers intact. B6 helps nerve signals travel cleanly. The 3 together accomplish far more than anyone alone. One caution: metformin and acid-blocking medications both quietly deplete B12 over time. If you take either, ask your doctor to run a B12 level. Margaret was 68. A former bookkeeper who had spent decades at a desk, then retired to tend her garden. For 3 years, she had been wearing thick wool socks to bed even in summer. The burning in her feet kept her awake. Her hands went numb when she drove. She had switched to automatic transmission because her right foot felt disconnected. Her internist had run standard blood work, fasting glucose. 108. Slightly elevated, she was told, but nothing to treat yet. Nobody measured her B1. We added 300 milligrams benfotiamine each morning with breakfast, alongside a B complex. After 5 weeks, she was sleeping without the wool socks. After 10 weeks, she described her feet as just feet again. I forgot they were even a problem. She had not developed new nerve damage. Her nerves had been running on empty for years. Giving them the right support, consistently, was enough. One poison, one vitamin. Benfotiamine, fat-soluble B1, taken daily at 300 milligrams, blocks the 3 pathways blood sugar uses to destroy your nerves. The research is there. The mechanism is clear. The tool is available in any health food store. The first step is yours.